Latinos, Latinas. But yet we don't make that one turn to make the difference of being united. And what I come to see is sometimes jealousy within our own culture holds us back.
You mean Nvidia?
Convenience.
But here locally, we've seen some changes where it's been a little more positive, where people have come together and make some political changes. But do you see us eventually, all three of you, do you see us eventually making that change where we can unite as one to make a difference, to have our stands made more known? And one last one, back to the nun story earlier. I think it's great being a scientist and looking to the other side. Were you able to, do you find people in the science field able to still keep a faith in God? Or do we lose that?
No, actually,
Thank you.
first of all, I think I think that all the Latin nations are coming together. I really think so, especially now with this political climate. At least that's what I see right now, especially in my little community, at least in the science field. But definitely we have to speak more. As well as for science with faith, knowing that we have four little chemicals uniting us, from the smallest creature to man, or humankind, that proves that there is something. Well, for me anyway, I could just speak to myself. I mean, it's the same recipe. I mean, I think it just...
So one cook.
One cook
Same
made all
recipe.
these little cool things, from the cockroach to the bacteria to us. And I think that really nourishes the faith. And just think about this, there's a lot of physicists out there trying to find the God particle, the God theory. I mean, there are a lot of scientists out there, and engineers, and futurists really do believe of a greater power. As I call it God, others call it Yahweh, others call it, I don't know all the names, sorry, but no, I think it actually nurtures faith more.
Yeah, I actually, I've been taking school classes that I've done back to school, and everything I study and read actually does see the point to God in the end. There has to be some sort of thing, person, entity, whatever, to put this all together. I think we all know that.
There's energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It keeps on reforming, rechanging. I mean, even the power behind energy is never lost.
You mean one action is equal?
That's force.
Okay, all right.
Newton's third law.
Newton's third law.
Just a comment. We're human beings. Human beings always are fighting with each other. Like, we're different, I'm taller, and you're fat, you're thin, you're this, you're that, you're blonde. But I think I was just telling them inside that I come from Venezuela. When I came to the United States is when I realized that I was a Latina, right? Because in Venezuela, I was from Venezuela, and then everyone else was, competition, Colombians or Argentinians or this. When I came to the United States, for the first time, I had this feeling of this Pan-American belonging, and then as I live in this country, already 30 years, and I get to know other communities from other places, I don't feel like I'm just Latina anymore. I don't feel like I'm just Venezuelan anymore. I feel like I can be a little bit Armenian, I can be a little bit, from anywhere. That people, one of my favorite things to do is to go to all the different markets in the city and look at their food, all the ethnic markets, I love them. And find out about their food. I go to the Filipino market, and I go to the,
Wasn't that a favorite thing in Israel for me?
Yeah, we went to a market. I mean,
market.
the best thing to do is to go to a market in a community that you don't know and just explore their food and what they eat in the holidays and what they do, how they gather, and just...
I did find a lox and bagel, it surprised me.
The what?
When I was in Israel, I never found a lox and bagel in the market.
Yeah, I think that...
Just here?
Yeah, I think they created that here. But it just shows us that we all, and food is something that's common to everyone, right? We all love food. So it's just a way, and music, a friend of mine here is a musician. And music unites. So there are so many things that unite us. We're always going to be different, but being different is okay. There's nothing wrong with being different,
Colorblind.